to wear these socks. And then, of course, you know, and then she knows me very well because I'm not a saint, maybe a fan, but not a saint, right? So what else did she give me? T-shirts. Which ones? I mean, and I may not be famous, but a legend, yeah.
Legend in Texas.
I know, and of course, because I'm a psych guy, there it is. So I know it's stupid little things, but these are the stupid little things that make your day, right? Actually, they're not stupid; they're really invaluable.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how about you doing anyway? You have good Christmas and stuff.
Kaz, I mean, for me, it's been great. I think Ty. How was it for you, Kaz?
Good. We had a great Christmas, man. We were just I'd say I was in Charlotte for about 3 days. So I was just hanging out. You know, I brought the laptop and stuff, but I didn't touch anything. I just hung out and just kind of vegged.
Mate, it was so hard not to touch the laptop over Christmas. Didn't Bankroll hit $1 the other day, didn't it? Briefly.
What did you say?
Bankroll, it hit $1 the other day, didn't it? Like really briefly.
It did briefly. I mean, it seemed like it was a little bit of just a bunch of buying, price went up, and then a bunch of people sold. So it touched, you know, it's kind of like a hit floor, but it's not really the floor. It's more like hit floor because no one else can sell. I mean, that's really what, that's really like, it's like the value of any stock, to be fair. If everyone sold Tesla all at once, it would be zero. You know what I mean? It would just like, well, what makes the coin from, well, how does it have coin? What if everyone sells? It's like, well, it's the same. If everyone sold their Tesla stock, it would hit zero.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you take any stock, I mean, the value of it is in holding it, the supply and demand. And I actually like that with flow, you know, it keeps a certain supply. You can't oversell, you know, you can't really sell everything all at once. So it keeps an inherent value. And, you know, and I actually like that part, that it keeps that value. I mean, it kind of gives you, it's kind of like a little safety blanket. I mean, and really that's kind of the goal of it anyways, where you can put some money, you can store it, leave it, and then take it whenever you want. And you know, it's earning much better interest than you are at your, you know, brick and mortar bank or something like that. So you know, it's not really meant to be I'm going to put 1,000 in, I'm going to take 3,000 out in 3 days, and I made it. No, it's not what it's not there for. It's really long-term stuff. I mean, that's how I viewed it. I don't know how other people have viewed it and stuff. Let me see if I can share some of the links too. I haven't really shared too many of these links. I should be.
Yeah, I'm just trying to share them around now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had over Christmas, I've had such a good turnout on the old crypto. I've got Hex that's gone up. I've got BankRx that's gone up. Banker's starting to go up. So it's all going pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, it's really like, you know, like right now, the other day, I just did I just claimed a little bit. And, you know, it's like, you know, I've been rolling. Then I just did like a claim day. And then what was the point of that? To pay bills. You know, well, not, you know, and then also to because it's and that's what it should be for too. Anyways, right? Use it when you need it. I mean, it's not like you know, you get a job, but you get a $100,000 job, and then they give you $100,000 on day one. No, they kind of do it a bi-weekly. So if you just claim like a bi-weekly stuff, then it would be something that probably be better. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. I've shared the link around a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's why I kept talking. I figured you were busy doing something.
Yeah.
And you know, I gotta of course always put the unicorn shirt. You know, it was either the Bankroll shirt, the purple one, or the unicorn. I think, man, I'm just gonna go with the unicorn shirt. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna brand it that way.
Okay, Cos already shared it in there.
Okay, good. Yeah, if you could put it here, then I can share it to some of the other people I know. Stuff. Let me see. I know you put it around. It's hard on the computer to do talking like this and then do that, and then it's just different, right?
Yeah. It is.
Just,
There was a couple of people that were asking me about getting set up in Bankroll. So I'm just going to send them the link. See if they can.
Yeah. I
had a guy from India get hold of me today, saying he's annoyed that we keep doing the show at this time because he's from India. And it's about 4 o'clock in the morning there.
I've heard a couple people tell me that recently, and I mean, now we can change the hour if whatever works. You know, it's just I understand that later for you, it's always that's always going to be the challenge, right? The challenge is going to be that. I mean, it's either doing it at late at night, which could possibly work, but then it has to be somewhere in the middle or really early in the morning. But then for some people, it might not work. You know.
Yeah, I did say to him, I was like, well, to be fair, it's 9 o'clock when I start here, and then it's sort of like 3 o'clock and in the day for you guys over there. So
yeah, I mean, for me, it's 1 o'clock. I mean, we usually always stay a couple hours. So I guess if we have a good enough crowd, I guess we can kind of either make it earlier or later. Yeah. So it just you know, holidays are always weird, but we, you know, if we have, I mean, honestly, you know, there's some people that were like, you know, who are part of the Spanish speaking crowd or other speaking crowd, other languages, that maybe some kind of version of that could be done. It's just, you know, except for I speak Spanish, and, you know, so I can kind of attend to some of those, but it's just hard because there's some people in Tokyo, then we have some people in Mexico, there's people from Spain. So it's just people everywhere. So it's hard to get them all in, you know?
it is.
But we do what we can.
All
right.
So yeah, I was going to say, should we talk a little bit about maybe like the bank token?
Yeah.
Because not much has been said about that.
About what, the banker token?
Yeah.
It's kind of like in hibernation over the winter.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, what's happened to it? What's happened to the banker token?
I don't know. BT keeps saying that, you know, keep it 'cause it's the gold of the blockchain. Well, it's gold for Bankroll, but the chart's not really showing that, to be honest. Although, you know, it's still kind of like on a slight trend going up, I guess.
It's a slight trend going up, right? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, things change, right? I mean, if the market was static and you know exactly what's going to happen from day one, then you can predict it. So, I mean, sometimes you got to adapt with the time. So in terms of that, I get it. I mean, you can't just be static. I mean, I still believe in the value of Banker. And at the same time, if we look, we talked about this, like if we've looked at all the different tools, they've all been kind of an evolution of each other. You know, and I think the idea is that Banker would be the price, would be the gold, and then kind of like the standard that sets the price, and then Banker X would be kind of like the cash. And of course, anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. That's just from my understanding. So from my perspective, is how it looks. So, but at the same time, Banker, I mean, you know, what else can we say about Banker as of right now? I mean, right now, you know, people's like, oh, we'll just sell it. And it's like, I just don't feel like I can. I'm keeping Banker. I'm actually stacking Banker. I put it in the stack tool within the Bankroll system, just because I think there will be something that will come out of it. And I just figured that right now, me holding it, even if I were to lose with it, I would rather lose with it than win without it. And honestly, it's we've talked before. The value of stuff is if you hold it and not sell it. So if people hold it and just take, you know, this kind of weight, then it'd be okay. I mean, right now, Banker X with flow is just going so well. I mean, it's almost like you don't want to do anything to disturb that, to take attention away from it. I mean, because right now it's like it's mass adoption. It's just keeps going with it. It just keeps going with it and just keep, you know. So it's like, just, hey, take your time with Banker. If you don't want to hold it, you want to sell it, you know, it's okay. I'll take some. You know, you know, I mean, Stronghold is a good place to be in too. I mean, you know, I think at one point things were mentioned about things to do with, I mean, at one point we talked about, hey, well, you know, and it's a thing to consider, right? Is like, what about new farms? It's like, well, then we're taking away attention from flow, and do we really want to? I mean, flow is really going very well. You know, it's and the implementation of it and the system and the mechanics of it. I think just anything would just kind of take away from it right now.
Yeah, well, in my stronghold, my position is definitely increasing. Like I'm probably rolling once a day on that, and you know I put $600 in there, and it's already gone up to like $800 just sat in there doing its own thing. But you know it does keep dipping down, just because bank keeps dropping every now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm more than happy to keep buying it. I think. But I feel my money is better in Stronghold at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Stronghold and Banker price is like 1-to-1. So really, you can say it's been abandoned, but it really hasn't. I mean, what is it? I think it's 5%. Is it 5% of what you buy into Flow goes into Stronghold, right? So that 5%. So really, it's as Flow gets better, Stronghold gets better. So I mean, Banker gets better.
Yeah, let's just go to it, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, and we can look at it and correct it. I mean, we have some good questions here. I mean, I think it's talked about it. Someone said to alternate roll and claim, to keep rolling. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's claim only when you need to, and really because that'll help preserve the price of it. Because really, what's the goal of rolling? I mean, if you're just going to put in 1,000 to claim 1,000 in a couple of days, then just keep it. To me, it's always about put in what you don't need and just kind of leave it, roll with it. Never bet your mortgage, but just if you feel like, hey, look, I'm going to do a heavy investment to take out over time, then just do that, and then roll, and then claim. Think of it as a paycheck. If you need to claim every couple of weeks, and that's what you need to do. I mean, at the end, it's still your money. Just know that you need to be active with getting your referrals if you want to claim more than the 1% a day that you're generating.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Sorry, I was just doing something. I completely lost concentration then. Sorry. That was my fault.
It's okay. I did the Jedi mind trick. You will forget everything you know by now.
No, I kind of zoned in. I was like, oh, what? Where am I? Yeah, sorry, I just got a couple of questions. Like, I'll put this one up for you as well. So it's like, this guy said, not happy about Bankroll. Bank was abandoned after the hype PC gave it just a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about that. Look, you got to stay adaptable in the economy, right? Sometimes things change. You have this best laid out plans. You have a good plan for it, and then something that you start out, you think, well, let's see how this goes. I mean, it's about adoption too. You know, the more you adopt, when you have more people adopting into something, and then really something takes off, you just want to keep going and going and going. As of right now, this is, from what it sounds like, Flow has had more mass adoption than the banker farms before it. Maybe even put together. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I've only been here about 4 or 5 months, so I can't really speak to the previous year or stuff like that. So there could have been people that say, hey, no, it went up. I mean, the highest I saw banker was when it was 13, 14, maybe a little bit more in TRX. It could have been a little bit more in terms of TRX at one point. So I'd have to really look back and see.
Yeah, well, about 40 cents, wasn't it? Not long ago.
Yeah.
Which
So yeah. So I mean, it's kind of a rough estimate, right? Because sometimes it depends on what exchange you use. It can sometimes be higher or lower. If you're going just only by the Swap X or Swap exchange, there might be a little bit different, but that's about right. That's right around there. I mean, if anything, I've seen where it went down as low as about 3 and something TRX, and it's slowly but surely been around the 4.5, 5. So despite not having, I mean, really, that's what I like. Is like, so despite not having any use, because there's still farms, there's still stuff in there, it still holds its value. That is, I mean, I'm looking at it like Nokia. Nokia is holding its value. So X is holding.
It's just the beauty of those stockpile and stronghold contracts, though, as well. It's just it pushes the price of Banker and BankRx up, or at least holds them up. I'd say
it holds it. It holds it up, right? I mean, I love stockpile. I mean, I've gone away from freezing energy and freezing stuff into bandwidth because I just keep popping in the stockpile and I take some divs out when I need it. Hey, I need to start rolling. I need to do this. I need to do it for different accounts, or we're doing giveaways or whatever, or stuff like that, or airdrops. sending out to people to join. I mean, it's really a beautiful thing. So let's say alternate roll and claim every other day to keep rolling and claim when price goes down, and only claim. I don't know. I mean, when you claim, when you claim, you're automatically mint. I mean, and again, anyone who knows more about it can correct me if I'm wrong, but when you claim it, you're minting. So you're actually pushing the price even further down. So claiming is not a bad idea if you think you want to buy in at a lower end. But I mean, even then, but it also is claiming is about just using what you need and not being wasteful. You don't go to the store and buy 7 turkeys for Thanksgiving, right? You only buy what you need. So, so it's like only claim for what you need. And I mean, you usually have a goal in mind. I mean, what was your goal? Was your goal to make $5 a day? Okay, then that's your goal. At the end is your money. We're just kind of, this is do your own research and not financial advice. All I can tell you is what I'm doing. Then what I'm doing is, because I have a certain goal and hopefully it succeeds. And so it's like, well, what if it doesn't succeed? Okay, well then you adapt and you learn, right? Yeah. You adapt again, and then you adapt again, you adapt again, and you adapt until you continue. That's kind of how it is. Constant calibration, constant adaptation. You stay stagnant, you'll not, then, there are other people that can help you to do that. You just got to keep adapting. Adapting are the strongest, and those are the ones that survive.
It's also what we spoke about in the last couple of episodes that we did was, the hyper compound and like compounding that interest and how powerful it is to, help you earn quicker as well. And that's the whole idea, I feel, around just rolling. If you want to increase your earning potential, you just keep rolling. And that's the idea behind that, I feel. So it depends like you were saying, what target you have in mind and what you want to get to and how much you want to earn each day.
Right. I mean, if anything, you want to buy when it's low. When the price goes low, that's when you buy. That's when you buy. That's when you want to roll. I mean, when do you want to really roll your stockpile, your stronghold, or everything? You want to roll when it's low. That way you're buying at a lower price. You want to buy the dip. That's really what you want. You want to buy the dip and you want to sell when it's high. I mean, that's how you make any money. I mean, that's really what you're trying. That's where you're aiming for anyways. So how can you explain how flow can be sustainable? Man, that's such a large question. Do you want that is such a large question. It's how can flow be sustainable? Well, flow is sustained by different things, right? I mean, there's stockpile. A stockpile is like liquidity for flow, and stockpile is locked, right? It generates a TRX, so that's which you can use and stuff for energy and stuff. But usually I just keep rolling it, and by rolling it, it maintains the price of BankRx. Now, BankRx is in flow as you deposit BankRx in there, and then you have a percentage that you generate. Now, really what you're doing is you're locking it. You're locking BankRx into flow. So that means you cannot sell more than a certain amount. So it maintains a certain demand. It's like maintaining a floor. It's like saying, hey, we have 1 billion stock of Tesla and we're only going to be selling 100 out there free market while the rest is basically going to be kept by shareholders. And what does that do? That just leaves it, that's kind of sets the floor of a stock, like the price. So it does. So, and actually what it helps is it protects you against market manipulation. Because, I think recently someone said, hey, someone just bought 1 million of BankRx, boom, and the price went, phew. And then what happened? They sold it all. So it went, but it stops right where flow is, because you can't sell any more than that. So it stopped right there. So that's saying, hey, that's the floor. And if anything, that's attractive, because then people say it's like, no matter how often you try and manipulate it, that is the floor. And so that's the dip. That's when you want to buy.
See, I would say that BankRx is potentially more safer than Banker, because you could have everyone empty out of Stronghold, you could have everyone sell off Banker, but you can't have everyone. No one can claim out of flow all at one time, and no one can claim out of stockpile.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, really, and really, you would say that and it's funny but Stronghold has the potential to be a beast. Honestly, I mean, I'm looking at it as like a massive beast. And why would I think it's a massive beast? Because it gets 5% from flow, right? So when people say, well, flow is, like BankRx could be it's an elastic supply. Well, it's similar to cash, because every country can print out cash. Why don't they do it infinitely? They can't do it. They don't want to do it, give you infinite amount, because then the value shoots to zero. But they do it on a small amount because that way it can maintain its value. But then but at the same time, Stronghold is 5% of infinite. You know, as the thing gets adopting, that means it's just gonna be, you know, I mean, most people that are into Stronghold, I don't see many people selling Stronghold. If anything, I see people just staying on there and staying there. You know, I don't see many people leaving.
Well, I saw a couple the other day. I think it was like 300K or something they took out of it. But that was like the only one for a while that I've seen sold.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I keep Banker in the stack. It earns its percentage. It earns its divs. I mean, it takes a 10% in, 10% out, but I just leave it there, honestly, because it's it's earning close to, you know, for right now, for me, at one point it was earning like 50 or 60 Banker a day, and then it just shot up to someone sold and you know, and then all of a sudden I'm now earning close to 100 Banker a day, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna leave that. Roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll that one. Also roll.
I had about 15,000 Banker in the stack contract when farms first got released, and then I bought a load of extra Banker to do the farms. You know, when it was with Banker token first, and everyone emptied out of the stack contract straight away, and I was just like, what I was earning, and I was like, nice.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, I mean, one of the things I was talked about, and this is not official because obviously I didn't, you know, but one of the ideas some of us were spitballing, and not BT or anybody official on there, but they're saying, it's like, man, could you imagine if we just did a farm? Because, you know, you want to, you know, some people say you stay current in Bitcoin. That way you can kind of, I mean, the Bitcoin is like the gold standard, is the first one, and you can stay relevant in that. And I get owning Bitcoin and TronLink. I mean, it's kind of, it's like a centralized, decentralized. So it's kind of something that some people like versus don't like. But then I was like, well, why don't you just do, I mean, I would like to have some more Bitcoin and Tron because I hate paying the Ethereum fees. And I understand the controversy, but at least having an alternative is like, well, why not just a banker Bitcoin farm with dividends going into stockpile? That way it holds the floor of BankRx. That way, I mean, think about it. APY just pumping all the dividends into there. And that way I know where it's going. And then that way it's like, whoa, so that means the dividends and pay goes into stockpile, which if it really promotes even more being into flow in BankRx, because it keeps pushing the BankRx price slowly up. And then demand. I mean, it's an idea that I threw out there. I don't, you know, and honestly, someone says, well, we don't need that right now. It's like, okay. I mean, and that's fair. Maybe it's not needed. Maybe it's just going so well that if you do a little tweak, it'll ruin it. So don't want to ruin it. Things are going good. You don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What's up, guys? Sorry. So I don't know why my dang video thing won't work, but hey, I'm here.
Yeah, you're right, buddy.
Yeah.
So you get involved in the chat.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because the chat's too much for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. Do two things. My head starts tilting backwards and my brain starts falling into my hat.
Jeez.
Well, is there a way to see how close you are to max payout? If you want to show, actually, there is a way you can see that where you are close to max payout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I think that's. I've heard that a couple times, and of course, the other question which we can show on the screen is the one about is like, well, at the end of the year, I can take it all out, right?
Right. Yeah. I told him if you look on the flow page, it tells you your max payout.
Yeah.
And you just compare that to your claimed.
So let's see. So you want to get to the right tab.
Yep. So what's that? Flow page. There you go. So this is like a little one that I've got. Anyway, so you can pretty much see this is like what you'd put in, and then this is how much you can get out at the end of the year. Yeah? And then this is how much you've claimed total.
See, it's not at the end of the year. It's actually just like let's say he had 161 right now available, and in rewards he could claim that right now. But it's once claimed reaches 161, you cannot claim anymore. The divs still pile up, but you're gonna have to deposit fresh BankRx to get your max payout. You know.
Oh, is that how that works? I didn't know that was how that worked.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you have enough refs, you can actually get to that number much quicker. You know, there's right. I mean, there's people who who, you know, of course, when the thing started, we're, you know, everyone was just trying to get in, so we weren't really being monitoring how, you know, we were seeing how much people were depositing, but we just wanted to get people in the system, and then you can always add on later. But there are people that are getting instant ROIs from their refs. So if you did put $100 and the person behind you put 1,000, then boom, you get the 10% you did instant right there in the middle, right there immediately. So, and then with further down, if you're just rolling and rolling, I mean, you could pretty much get you could max payout within days or weeks.
Take a look at the account. This is our rewards account. And because this account, we use it to literally give away everything. We just give all the money away constantly. We actually reach max payout like every day these days. Like we're always reaching. We've literally ROI'd like 10 times.
Wow.
But so like as you see, so here's our max payout, 15,842, and we're currently at 15,579. So literally that means if you just take your calculator and go 15,842 minus 15,579, I can only claim another 263. And so we've tested this a bunch of times. Basically, let's say I keep claiming and it hits max payout. Well, basically my divs and rewards will pile up and I can't even roll anymore because you can't roll because a roll is a claim. So you can't claim anymore because you're at max payout. So the only way so once you get to max payout, you have to deposit new Bankroll to be able to get your max payout moved up so you can get your rewards.
So when you roll, so say if you just wanted to keep on rolling, that will just increase how much you earn daily. But then you've got to put in fresh Bankroll to then start pulling it out.
So let's say, so when you roll, so let's say I rolled 10, that's actually going to move this up 10 because it's a claim, right? I'll be claiming my 10.
Yep.
But the thing is, every time I claim, my max payout increases 365% of whatever that claim was. So if I claim 10, so if I roll 10 and claim 10, my max payout goes up by 35 or 36.5.
Yeah.
So if I had another 30 in rewards or whatever, and that's how much I can get. So that's how that works. So every time you roll, it's basically a deposit. It's a claim and a deposit, right? You're claiming it, depositing it, and increasing your max payout by 365%.
Okay.
Of the deposit.
Yeah.
So we'll do a test real quick. So I got like what 12, 15 here. This should go up by like 12 or 15 when I hit claim. So I claimed 20. This went up about 12 to 15 or 20 or whatever. My max payout is 582. So if I keep doing this, once it hits this, I won't be able to claim anymore.
Okay, so you have to put fresh in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since I can deposit the 20 right back, I mean that's really all a roll is a claim and a deposit. So I can put it right back in. And now I just basically rolled, right? That was basically a roll. And so it's still a claim. My claims was still the 21 that I just claimed. It went up, but my max payout went up 365% of the 20.
Yeah.
So what is that? So let's do that. It's 20 times 3.65, 73. So my max payout went up by 73 now.
Okay.
So, yeah, pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
As long as the blockchain, as long as the world doesn't end in nuclear holocaust and everything, and electricity is still around, and tyranny hasn't just taken over completely, then we should be good to go for a while.
Yeah. And I like that number you have right there where it says like connect, he has, look at the direct 16, but look at the indirects, 521. That is what I call a massive community. I mean, sometimes people focus on only having the directs, but really if you want to be scalable, you really got to get, that's why I like the whole tree idea of just further down.
So yeah, we probably, of all those, a lot of ours is multiple wallets for the rewards and stuff, but I think unique players, we probably have over 100 or so, at least, maybe almost 150 unique guys in the tree. So it's pretty deep. And a lot of the people that I'm getting on, and I know a lot of other people are getting on, don't even join the Discord. They're kind of like older and they don't even care about that stuff. They just join with that and they don't want any part of the,
Wow. I've got a guy called William that tried to get on last week's show, and we was going to set him up with some Bankroll in his wallet, But I don't know if you want him to join your chain, and then maybe you set him up with a little bit.
Yeah, he wants to join right now.
Yeah, I think he's up for it. I'm just trying to get hold of him now. What did you want to set him up with?
Let's see. I'm gonna try to find some Bankroll for the guy. Got to sift through these little wallets.
Sift through the old wallet.
I've had I have to keep rolling the rewards wallet, man, because we keep maxing out. So I haven't been having enough. I don't have much to give away right these days. You know, I'm just like, so I'm getting into the spot where I have to like stop giveaways for a little bit, roll for a while, and then start them back up. You know what I mean?
So I had to do a little negotiating, like, you know, because I got one of these. So of course my little one has it, and of course it's her favorite. So I mean, they got this over Christmas, this little unicorn stuff, you know. And I was like, oh my god, I got to get this. It's the most beautiful thing. So I had to negotiate with my youngest one to get it, to kind of show it, you know. So I had to go off camera there for a little bit in terms of how many Bankroll is going to take to negotiate back and forth. All right. What else? Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, and that's really because I've seen people who have like 300 indirects and 400 indirects and stuff. It's like, man, I mean, that's a lot of people, but then it just doesn't scale that well. That's all.
Okay, he's just getting ready to come online now. This guy.
All right.
He already in Bankroll?
No, he's got a fresh wallet that he's joining. I set him up on my chain the other day, but he's got a fresh wallet that he wants to join with.
Okay, yeah, just let's set him up. I'll send some TRX and some Bankroll. We don't have much right now, but I mean, let's say if he deposits like 100 Bankroll, you know, we'll match that 10%. You know what I mean? We'll give him 10. If he puts in 1,000, we'll give him 100. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not on top, you know, and like that's not coming from like whoever your bonus that you get.
Mate, I haven't even got a lot of Bankroll to give.
Yeah, well, let's say we'll match him up to 1,000, 10%.
Yeah, I don't think he has that. I think he's just like just started, so he's getting involved.
All right.
What else are you guys in? Well, I'm in Hex and Frag and Bankroll. Pretty much what I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in Bankroll. You know, I'm in Stockpile and Stronghold, and then outside Bankroll, you know, I'm in Balancer.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
I'm also holding and staking off and Bluzel. I got some Polymath. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding some other moonshots that I got.
Yeah. I mean, I got the Graph.
The Graph, yep, I got some of that.
ETH. I've kept some Ripple despite what's going on recently.
Oh, that's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, what's been going on? I mean, it's you know, someone said it's like, oh, that's because so and so is a supporter of the opponent of the Democratic Party, so this is kind of like a party shot against, you know. I mean, it's all FUD. Who knows? Whatever. You know, so I'm not going to recommend one way or another.
I'm never a Ripple fan.
You know, but at the same time, it's what else I got? I keep Nexo, Crow, because of Crypto.com and Nexo Banking. So I keep that. Got some DOT. But yeah, but mostly Bankroll, hold heavy, you know.
Have you on Crypto.com? Have you put all your Crow into that supercharge?
Well, some of it, unfortunately, because in the U.S. we can't do it.
Oh, can you not?
No. It's you know, it has to do, I don't know what it is going on with the whole banking whatever stuff, but it's
man, the U.S. banks are scared.
Yeah. So if anyone out there in the government's watching, no, I have not broken any U.S. banking laws or anything like that. I'm following. No. Yeah. I mean, the most I do is sometimes I put it on. I leave some stuff there in that account because it actually, you know, through Crypto.com, it has a card. I can use a debit card, so you can make your crypto into real world. So you don't have to put it out into a bank account or a fiat account. You can just move it there, so it saves you that step, and I don't mind. Just been experimenting it with a little bit for right now. I kind of like it. the Nexo.com right now gives a little bit better interest in terms of moving it to real world stuff. For responsibilities and stuff that you need to do, because that's the one thing I think is missing from the Tron itself blockchain is actually it's when you need to use it for real world things like mortgage or whatever. You can't really do it from like a card or something. You have to move it somewhere else. But that's okay. Maybe that's just a level of functionality that hasn't quite been developed just yet. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, I love the blockchain cards. I'm really trying to find a go. So I'm using the block card, right? I think it's called block card. And you know, it's not the best. I don't like having to use these weird currencies. I wish I could just deposit USDT and use USDT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, hopefully that gets better. But I mean, like let's say if I'm in a jam right now, it's pretty awesome because in 20 minutes I can take any of my divs from Bankroll, cash them out, send it to my card, and have spendable money like anywhere.
I'm gonna stand up for a minute. I
Yeah.
have a little stand-up desk. It feels
I
great.
really want to try. Kelly's been talking about Nexo. I really want to get into that and test that.
What's that?
The Nexo stuff, the Nexo banking stuff you guys are showing me.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I mean, it's got its own coin. You get dividends. It's 30% of the dividends are paid out quarterly. You know, overall, it did take off for a while, like a lot. It went down a little bit, but it's still multiple times over than what it was. I think someone mentioned Theta. I've seen some stuff about Theta. I mean, there's Theta, Theliqua. I mean, Polymap. There's so many coins out there. I mean, it's you know, it's like saying which currency you want to buy. You want to have some British pound. You want to have some Aussie dollar. You want to have some Canadian dollar. Is this a good investment? Is it a bad investment? It's like, look, you know, if anything, you realize is that you should have a little bit of everything, but at the same time, just kind of keep your focus because you can easily get defocused and it just becomes too much. Very easily becomes too much.
I've been saying this. I think the biggest things, right, is crypto banking, like the stuff, like Bankroll, right? CDs, bank accounts like Nexo and stuff like that. That's huge. And then I think the next thing you got to look at is gaming, man, crypto gaming. Like,
yeah.
Like we got to figure out who's gonna make the next crypto gaming coin because like that's gonna be huge. And then I think the stock market. Whoever's gonna take the stock market to the blockchain is gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the gaming. There's the new one called Engine. That's also out there too. I mean, there's really different ones. I mean, there's really different ones that are all kind of neat. I guess the part is it's the adoption phase. You really have to have because you can have the best idea, but if there's no adoption, you know, it just tanks. And not because it hasn't a good idea, you just have to.
There's an adoption value that we couldn't like. Engine's been stalled because ETH can't handle adoption. Like if one of these companies was to drop a game and 1 million players download it that day and like want to play, like it's no go. I've tried. If ETH's not ready, like even Tron. I don't even know if Tron. What would happen if 1 million people started playing a video game on Tron right now? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, ETH wouldn't be able to handle it anyway, because if 1 million people started using the network, it get clogged up and you get shot.
Yeah. I was playing an ETH video game with Engine. And when ETH started blowing up, to complete one quest took like $20 to turn a mission in on the blockchain.
Well, even now, have you seen the ETH fees now? Just from it pumping up to 700. If it's going to go up to 1,400, where people think it's going to go, you know, that the ETH fees could double now. Like there was a lady that does the Bankroll Village project, and she posted a thing today, and it said it was for her to just do a roll on the platform. It was $26.
Yeah, I mean that's why. Yeah. I mean that's really the killer of it. That's really the killer. The killer of ETH is the fees. You know, because you can generate the same amount. You can like, oh wow, look, I just generated $50 in divs. It's like it's going to 26 of them are going to be eaten up in the thing. So then you know then the whole idea of hyper compounding and interest daily just going to get eaten up by the fees. So you can't do it daily.
No, it's like some people moan about the 10% in and out fees for Bankroll and stuff like that. You know, but for you not to have that on with those fees, you know, if it's $20, you need to be depositing like $300 or rolling $300 just for it not to be a 10% in. You know what I mean? And then you've got to read it.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Dude.
No, I mean think about it. Put this in ETH. So let's say you have $300 and you get a 1%. Yeah, I made $3, except it's going to cost me $20 to roll.
So what do you guys know about Polkadot? Because I mean, basically, what we need is like a chain that can handle millions of people doing stuff at the same time. Like without that, nothing. Adoption can't come without that.
Yeah.
They are tipping Polkadot to be the next, like one of the big things, aren't they? In DeFi.
And I don't know too much about it, but what I know is that it seems like Polkadot is trying to like combine the chains. I'm kind of confused, but it looks amazing from what I'm reading. And it's just like let's say you could put ETH on Polkadot or something like that. I don't know, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a test net. I mean, it has a test net where it has like the, like the wrapped this, wrapped that. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, if you don't know about it and you know more about it developing than I do, then forget what I'm going to say. Well, I'm going to, what I say, it looks brown and it's stinky. So, but you're definitely going to talk more about it than I can. But I'll say this, it looks kind of neat. I mean, even 88, Cardano, or I mean, there's a different one, ZOS. I mean, it's like right, there's all these other ones that could be. I think I think it's a good idea. I think eventually it'll be a good idea to do. It's just right now, we're still, what is it? How long are we in this project? A month and a half now? Not even a month and a half, 5 weeks?
Yeah, just in flow. Yeah, a month and a half, yeah.
Month and a half, 5 weeks, 5 weeks. I mean, so it's we can't really say, hey, this is going to work. This is going to be amazing, because we believe it. But in terms of like, okay, well, how long is, what's the, how are the P&L been for the last year? We don't have one.
No.
How has it been the last 6 months? We don't have that yet. So I think it's really what it will be is if we can have a good track record with here, and then we can have a adoption here, then you can say, okay, look, hey, we have this project started. This is how it was the first month. This is how it was the second, third, fourth, fifth month, and carrying it on. Could this be put on Cardano? Could the same thing be implemented on Polkadot? Could the same thing be implemented on when it was Ripple back on the Flare or Spark or whatever?
Well, I don't see why it wouldn't, because he managed to. He started doing the ETH side, didn't he? And it was the fees that killed the ETH side of Bankroll a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, he did say it's not dead. He did say he's going to revisit that, which is why I've left my VLT in there. But I don't see why he couldn't like explore Pokemon and stuff like that and put that into Bankroll as well.
Yeah, I mean the idea works. It's just you have to figure out a way to keep the fees lower. Because the fees themselves are killer. I mean, because sometimes people join with a small amount just to test it. And we talked about it before, where I think joining with a small amount is probably the best. Where you get, hey, look, I got $50. I'm still new to this. I don't want to do heavy. Because some people's like, no, you got to put in 1,000, 2,000. It's like, yeah, I mean, for those that can afford it. But most of us was starting, we couldn't afford that. So you might just do, we talked about it before, we do Coinbase videos or whatever videos, and you got 40 or 50. And you don't want to you put in 40 or 50, and you don't want to have to get eaten by fees of $3, $4, $20 fees every so often. And you want to, and the other thing is that you want to create a culture of, hey, I want to look at this, I'm going to see how much I did, how it was, what's going on and everything. Because I mean, if you have to wait a week or two, you will forget it. You won't even look at the system. You won't even look at anything in the ecosystem for every couple of weeks. So it really won't even be interesting for you. I mean, I did the Uniswap, the liquidity provider, for a while, and I would leave it there just because I didn't want to be eaten up by fees. And still, I lost like a third of what I made after a couple months because of the fees.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty interesting. Imagine if TRX pumps. That'd be crazy good for Bankroll.
Yeah.
Well, with the way that flow's going right now, if because Justin Son said it the other day, didn't he? That he reckons it's going to pump, but I always take what he says with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, salt and pepper, right? Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, that then the price of Bankroll sits on the TRX, so we do sit on the TRX chain, so that's always going to be. But at the same time, whatever you're going to sit on a certain chain, and so that's either going to be the strength and the weakness of it. So, I mean, there's a strength to it, but there's also a weakness of it. I mean, part of the strength is the lowest fees. Part of the weakness is because the price is low. So, at the same time, if TRX pumps, it knows that the fees do pump along with it, with the TRX price. So, but also it helps price. Anything that sits on tops of it, it helps pump that too. So
yeah.
So enjoy it now while the price is good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so TRX has just it started going up recently. Is it started going up today? I think. It hit 30 again today, didn't it? Like 0.03. So it's not really gone up. It's back down to 2.9.
Yeah, I mean, I see some questions there about ADA and DOT. I think we've probably spoken enough about that right now. TRX pump is possible. Well, yeah, it's possible. I mean, then we're talking speculating. I mean, sure. I mean, I really think the price has been relative. It's almost been playing like a stable coin, to be honest, because it's really, the price has barely fluctuated. You know, it's been about depending on where you're at, what country you're at, it's been around what I call the 3 penny point for in the U.S. I mean, in UK, what has been like about 1.5, 2, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I mean, yeah. So that, you know, it's kind of like that. And what else is BT is having 10x farms this spring. I say buy banker. Yeah. I mean, the 10x farms. It's you know, that's one of the things that was talked about, because you know, when you 10x something, a certain coin, you make it more available, so you mint it more often. It actually kind of decreases the value a little bit. And you know, I don't know if that's one, you know, in terms of the farms. I don't know. I mean, I'm not BT. He would have to do the economics on that and figure it out. Like I said, I think right now, I think the idea is that flow is so good, it's such a beast, and you can keep it simple by only having flow. Not to say that farms are a loser, because they're not. Farms are not a loser. It's just is that it seems like the winning combo has been flow, stack, stockpile, and stronghold.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start building up my stronghold position a lot more. I'm really tempted to take all my TRX out of the farm contracts, whack all my banker into stack, and then all the TRX into stronghold.
Burn the farms! Burn it! Burn!
Yeah.
Burn the farms!
Yeah, the 11% a day isn't, well, a year isn't really doing it for me right now.
But what it does, it also allows you to have, you know, it allows you to be diversified and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with having that. It's kind of like your go bag. You can go in and out if you like. So it gives you a little bit of, you know, so it gives you, it's okay to have, you know, have stakes in different things. You know, that way you can try it out and stuff. Because that is, if there's a weakness of flow, is that you can just take it all out all at once. But it was never meant for that. It was complement.
So I didn't hear what you said at the end there.
No, that I'm saying, you know, that I mean that's why you have different tools within the system, you know, because with farms and stronghold you can take it in and out. With stacks you can take it in and out if you like. Boom, here I need to get out. Okay, boom. You know, flow is never really meant for that. Flow is just a different thing. It's just kind of for your everyday flow. You know, I mean that's really like I like the name. It's just meant to kind of keep it going. So yeah. What's the other thing? What do we got else here? Let's see. Is BT, I say buy banker now. You know, I have banker. I don't think myself giving that. I mean, if things work out really well, if I could, I would buy all the banker. I would keep it all to myself, just to say I own an entire coin, just bragging rights, so they can put me in a tombstone as he died with his coin and he took it with him. It'd be a little bit grandiose, but you know, I'm gonna dream with it for a little bit.
I love flow more than anything. Just thinking a little bank here and there wouldn't hurt.
No, I mean, smart investing is diversification. You should diversify.
Which is why I you know, I really wanted to put loads of money into flow and stuff like that. But this is why I've gone into different projects, and I've gone into Hex, and I've gone into Balancer and stuff like that, because you know, you don't want to bet all on the, you know, if you got £1,000, you don't want to put it all on one horse. You know what I mean?
Nope. No, you should be as diversified as possible. I mean, you're going to back a winning play, but you should always, you know, said it and I'll say it again, never bet more your mortgage and never put all into everything into one thing. Don't put everything into one play. It's like saying you're going to put all your money into one player being the only player that scores a goal and he's going to save you from the goalies and he's going to do all the defense. You don't do that.
Right.
You just diversify, right? You got to have a team. So in the same way, you should have a team. If you were going to invest more into one thing, okay, then fine. But in the meantime, until you feel comfortable with crypto, until you at least tell me, hey, you've read the audit, you've read the white paper, you've done all your investigations, because that's what you should always do anyways. Read it, know how the mechanics work. You know, you might not have a degree in finance, but you can at least ask some questions. Worst case scenario, that's why I say start small. I mean, really, a lot of the stuff we talked about, you can actually do it for free. You know, you can use it by the videos, go into a certain small pile, see how it goes, and then is it worth it? Okay, then I'm going to go more and more and more and more. You know, for people that have those degrees, all of a sudden they read it, it's like, hey, look, this makes sense to me. Then I'm just going to go all in. I mean, I've said it to a couple of people a couple of days ago, where I was like, you know, I told my cousin's husband. Let me say that right. My cousin's husband, who's an accountant. Hey, look, I want you to. What do you think about this? And look at this. And he, you know, he's like, oh, that's this, that. And it's like, no, I mean, that's. I want you to look at it so you can tear it up, right? I want you to look at it and tear it up, because it kind of like having something, you know, I call, you know, from the movie World War Z. You remember the 10th man in World War Z?
No.
So the job of the 10th man. So World War Z, in the movie The World War Z, the 10th man was the guy who was like, if everyone thinks that this is never going to happen or this is the best idea ever, the role of the 10th man was to take an opposite view and look for all the evidence of it. It's kind of like, it kind of protects everyone from making, you know, from having a blind spot. You know, it's like that's the role of the 10th man was to be the blind spot, to look for the evidence of all the blind spots, why stuff will not happen or would work or whatever. Yeah. So kind of like that. That way you can, you know, had him. And next thing I know, the next couple of days, he's like, well, how is this? And he looked at the white paper. And he's like, okay, well, here are the mechanics of it. I just showed it to him because I don't have a degree in finance. So, and I just showed it to him. Next thing I know, the next day he says, like, how can I put a couple $100 into this? So it's like, okay. So if I have an accountant person who's, and I told him, it's like, don't be nice to me. I want you to insult me. I don't care what you do. It's okay just to tear me up and say, this is stupid. Get out, run away. But he hasn't done that. If anything, he's put more money. So that kind of gives me a sense of warmth. And, you know, and I've said it, and I told other people, it's like, I do this because, and we should always be researching and looking, because in the end, this is our livelihood. This is our money. This is our thing. If it's a bad idea, I want to know now. You know, if someone thinks like, hey, it's a bad idea based on what? I want to see what evidence did you find? What mechanics did you find in the system that says that this is a bad idea?
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. Have you guys ever used Stack at all? Yeah, I was in Stack before the first farm came out, and then I was in it during the first farms. Very profitable.
Yeah, I'm in Stack now. I have over 30,000. I put all my banker in Stack. All of it.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm thinking. As I said earlier, that's what I'm thinking about doing, is whack more banker in there. If I'm not going to be using it now, and I'm going to be using Flow, and then I can put all my TRX into Stronghold. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean it's you know, and that's one of those, again, those personal questions. If you want to put it all in the Stronghold, I don't see it as a bad play. These are all just different plays. You know, it's like, what's the best play? Doing 100 layups or 33 pointers? I jump shot, dunking the ball. I mean, I don't know. These are all different plays. They're all good plays, right? It's hard to say which is a good play, which is a better play. I mean, I think it just comes down to personal preference. You know, try it out, test it. Hard to say. I mean, honestly, I personally love stockpile, but that's because it goes into the fees and everything and so forth, and it helps me out. But you're right, you can't take it all out at once if you wanted to. You can't do that. So it's not really a good go bag. Stronghold is a good go bag. Stockpile is a good go bag. You know, if you need it, if all of a sudden you have something, you know, the truth is like, if you were to put more money into it and you need something, it's like, oh my God, I have an emergency, I need to spend money, then Stronghold and Stack are a good place to get money out of.
Yeah, 100%. Right, so I'm just trying to think about what I was doing.
You're only doing 5 things at once.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? I love more flow. I think a little bankroll. No, we already answered that one. Good call. Yeah. Yeah. And any other questions? It's, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe we should do another competition for next week or something. We'll do another spin the wheel with my little nerd wheel.
Yeah. and do we have? I mean, do we have? I remember you said about those people that had the generator and stuff to keep power on their phone. Do we have them on?
I think that was the William guy. Yeah, I think he was.
I mean, that's the best story. That's the best I've ever heard. Have we?
Yeah,
we
he
haven't
just said here. He said in our chat, having a bad connection here plus blackouts, no electricity.
Oh, is this him? Okay, so I sent the money to the crypto buddy. I sent the money to the address you just posted, but
yeah, I've just forwarded it onto him.
Okay.
To buddy onto that.
And then tell him to send his address. We'll make sure he gets airdrops and stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I'll sort his address out for him now.
Yeah, because I mean, come on, you have someone who's on her phone and they're turning on a generator, and I mean, that someone's just like, well, what if the story's not true? It's like, I don't care if it's not true. It's still the best story I've heard. You turn on a generator to connect to keep powering your phone so you can listen to the stream. It's like, dude, we're gonna put you in.
I know.
We're gonna put you in. I don't care what. It's like, well, he's trying to share with his family. It's like, put them all in. Just bring them all. I mean, this is the best story I've heard in a while. Just bring them all. We'll sponsor them all. You know, I don't care if it's not true, but in my head, it's real. It's real.
Yeah. Shall I post his address in the chat see if people want to donate to it? Getting started.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. I'll put it.
I see Adirondack. I mean, he's got to be up. I lived in upstate New York for a while, Boston Spire. As I'm, back in my Navy days. Hidden secret is that there's a Navy base there because it's got a nuclear prototype up hidden there in the Adirondack area. So really nice, pretty area, by the way. All right, so let's see. What else?
He's just put. Sorry, I can't be in the video today. I have no electricity in the connections. Please understand. Sorry. Yeah, fine. we sent you over 30 Bankroll. Fine.
You're just in the system. Forget it. You're just in.
Yeah. No rush, buddy. Just send us your address. We'll get in.
We're gonna go with a triple S. Flow family forever.
Yeah. I put his address in the in our private chat anyway. I can't share it into this one for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you think the price of BankRx is going to go then? It was only last week we were like, yeah, it's hit 50 cents, and then suddenly it went shot all the way up to $1.
So how high did Banker go from its bottom to top? What was it, like 20, 40x?
Something like that. Yeah, it was.
So I think it was more. It was more. I mean, it was at one point they say the bottom was 0.8 TRX. I've heard is the bottom, right?
I think you go higher.
So I think that's the lowest I've seen. I haven't seen that. I saw it when it was about 2 to 3 TRX is the lowest I've seen Banker at. So and actually I got most of it right around less than 4. So I mean it's still a win now. So I don't know what it would be. I mean, let me see. I gotta look and see what's the BankRx price right now.
Schiller, I roll every day, bro.
24 TRX to the BankRx, so it's 72 cents.
I mean, and if I'm converting that, let me convert that to USD for a second. Hold on, because I have to look because I mean I think it's what is it 40% higher than it was last time we had the stream. I mean, that's good. That's good.
Pack showed up. Somebody get him in. Someone get him in the. Someone send him the link. Send Pack the link.
Where's Pack?
He just showed up in chat, but he needs the link to get on if he wants to get on the video. I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah. Where's he watching from there?
You got it.
What's the price of BankRx? Like what? 70 cents.
Let me see. It was 71 cents US. Let me see. So it was 71 cents earlier.
I mean, it's really about the market cap. What's the market cap? It's less than 20 mil. I mean, Bankroll could easily get to 200 mil.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's the market cap right now.
Let's go to 200 mil at least. I think 10x at least 200 mil for network value. Come on.
Yeah.
I think we could do 200s.
I mean, look, you know what I think? Just constant improvement, constant calibration. There are moments that'll go down, moments that'll go up. I mean, that's kind of how it is, right? I mean, I like to see just kind of little waves, because it just kind of lets you know that it's kind of sustainable. So yeah. I mean, if you say it's only gone up 40% in a week, it's like, oh, I'm so disappointed. It should have tripled. It's like win, win, win. So, I mean, I just see it as a win, win, win. I mean, what did we say last time? I mean, I'm looking at, let me see, let me look at SwapX right now. So according to this, so it's 24.3 TRX. So right now at US dollars, it sits right around 72.6 cents US dollars. Now it's in different exchanges on Coingeck or otherwise, you know, that might differ a little bit, but it's just because it's different exchanges. I mean, that happens with other coins too. Depending on what exchange you buy a Bitcoin, on this one will be this much, on this one will be that much, on this one will be this one, on this one, this one. That just really is dependent on the exchange that you buy it from. And so it'll be the same. So sometimes it can go up or down. I mean, if honestly, if you're gonna get at the lowest price you're gonna get it through is the one I've seen is usually through SwapX, which is on the Bankroll network. I've seen other times at Tron Trade or Payout or something, it'll be a little bit, you know, it's right around there, honestly. It's always within a couple of percentage.
Yeah. Well, I've just kind of noticed when you deposit into Flow, that burns the token, doesn't it, until it's minted again? Is that how that works?
When you deposit?
Yeah. So if you deposit into Flow, that takes it burns the token, but you get.
Yep.
Yeah. So just from looking on how many tokens are available on Coingeck, so there's 8.9 in current supply, but there's been 18 million minted. Does that mean that means there's 10 million that's not in the Flow contract?
Hold on. We can look. Actually, it says it in the Flow. When you look into the Bankroll network and you go into the Flow, it'll tell you how much is in there. So just give me 1 second. So it says right now total value locked in Bankroll Bankroll is 17.155 million.
That's weird.
So that's how much, and that's how many players are. It's 2,000. I mean, it was a couple days ago when it was 19,000 players in there. So, and within a day and a half, we're going up, you know, what, 400 and something, almost 500 players in a day and a half. So, I mean, we're adding 400 or 500 people. So what will that do? 400 or 500 people, let's say they just go with 100 BankRx, what is going to do? You're burning the token, right? So if they do what I'm doing, because I'm not going to say what everyone should be doing, I'm just going to say what I'm doing. If they were to do what I'm doing, which is you burn it, but then you also kind of roll and only take out what you need, then that price should continue to steadily grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you want, because you don't want all of it out there, because it's the same. I mean, that's why I say it's the same. It's like, what if everyone sold everything? It's like, well, what would happen if everyone sold Tesla? Everyone sold their Tesla stock. What would happen? It would just any stock, not to promote it as Tesla, but you take any stock and you go, everyone sold their Amazon, Google, Baba, Berkshire Hathaway stock, millions down the drain. But they don't do that because they know. And actually, what do most sharks do? The price they dip. I mean, that's how they say go down. Oh, buying opportunity. They call it DCA, dollar cost averaging. So you improve your dollar cost averaging.
Oh. Cool.
Or CoinGecko. Yeah, BankRx is listed on CoinGecko.
Yeah. Will it go on CoinMarketCap? I imagine it will at some point.
Maybe at some point.
It's on CoinMarketCap, isn't it?
The funny thing is that the other funny thing is that it's like people's like, well, I'm not gonna buy any until I get into all these other exchanges. It's like you actually want to buy before it gets to that exchange. Because once it goes to the exchange, I mean, it's like people's like, oh, I can't wait till Coinbase gets on Tron gets on Coinbase or this or that. It's like, then you might as well get as much as you can now, because usually when it does that, it pumps. I mean, look what happened to the graph when it hit Coinbase. It went.
Yeah. No, BankRx isn't on CoinMarketCap yet. It's on CoinGecko though. But CoinGecko are a lot better at getting tokens on, I find, rather than CoinMarketCap.
Oh, I see. So, I mean, and so we got 17.155 million right now of BankRx, which is locked. And on farms, you can kind of see how much has been, how much has been already minted.
Yeah, so, which is about 18.2 in it or something, or 18.3, I think it was.
Let me see. I don't know. So really, I mean,
18.3.
that means that that means that most of, I mean, that's a great number. When you see that, you go like, oh my God, that just it makes me my mouth water. Just lets you know that almost all of Bankroll is locked in flow. I mean, that means that most of the people who get it just lock it into flow because they understand that there's that value. So 18.24 million.
Yeah.
So that's the number I'm getting. So 18.24 million. I mean, it's like, again, I'm like, oh, there's less than a million out there. Less than a million. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay. Cost you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Yo, you're right.
Sorry,
Cool.
just stuffing my face a little bit.
Yeah, you got anything you want to put in about Bankroll price and what you think, and the fact that it's all in the flow contract?
200 million, man. Let's go. 200 million total value of the network. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Whatever the price that equals, I don't know. But I mean, dude, 10x is easy. 10x is easy, right? And in a crypto bull market, 10x is not that much.
Yeah. Well, when we was last on stream,
huh?
when we was last on stream, you was talking about Bitcoin price, weren't you? And you was like, no, it's going up to here, and it's what, it hit 28,000. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, man. It's going up, right? I mean, I don't know. I think Bitcoin's gonna go at least to like 30 to 40, right? At least.
Yeah. Well, it depends. I reckon it depends on what people are probably looking at that right now, thinking that looks pretty tasty to sell.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's but I've still got a feeling that ETH is going to absolutely shoot. It's got to.
You think ETH's gonna crash?
No, I reckon ETH is going to absolutely pump.
Yeah, it's pumping crazy right now, man. What the heck?
Is it? What was it? But last time I looked, it was like 735 or something.
Yeah, that's. I was like, what? Everything's pumping, man. I mean, all the charts are going straight up, except for XRP. XRP is going down, but everything else is going straight up.
I've never been a fan of XRP anyway, but
yeah.
When that happened, I looked at that chart and I did laugh a little. I was just like,
Poor you guys.
Oh man, I feel sorry for all the people that had loads of money in that.
Right.
All right, back. So every once in a while, you need to drink water and do stuff.
Yeah. But the other thing is, like this guy's saying, if ETH does shoot up, then usually when ETH goes up, all the other projects go up.
Yeah.
Because ETH follows Bitcoin, doesn't it? And then all the others kind of pump with ETH.
Yeah, I usually thought it was usually when ETH pumps, they dump ETH and buy altcoins. Altcoins pump, they dump that back into ETH. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to look, I mean, you'd have to really compare all the different charts across time and then kind of see it, and you could kind of, it really is a lot of work. It definitely seems like that way, how it is, how it, this pumps and the other one. I think someone put a chart out saying how it kind of works or how it seems to kind of have worked that way. And it really does seem that way. Yeah, but it's almost a lot of information to digest too. I mean, honestly, you could have a full-time job just digesting and putting out that information, and still at the same time, you still would get it wrong.
I think one of the best things we're doing, which is why I love Bankroll, is like, I think my main position is Bankroll, and it provides the cash flow, and then we can kind of test the waters on different projects. We can kind of build positions, and you can use Bankroll to dollar cost average into other projects. Yeah. When everything's red, buy your favorite projects cheap. Yeah. With Bankroll, you don't got to FOMO into anything.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. And I mean, and someone asks us like, well, what if it all crashes down? What are you going to do? It's like, well, that's okay. I mean, then what do you do? I mean, how often do people have had to start fresh? How often do you start with a plan and all of a sudden it doesn't exactly work out? Or how often do people start going to college or uni and have had to change their choice of degrees, or their life takes a different path, or whatever? I mean, that's just what happens. That's why you should be smart with what you're doing.
Yeah. This is what comes down to what we were talking about earlier about, if you want to roll or you want to claim, it's if you're, it depends what you want to do. If you want to increase your position and earn, you roll. If you want to maybe break even, keep what you initially put in there, and then just roll that. And then, you know, if it all does fall through, you put your money back either way, and then you can pay to win, as they say. So
yeah. I mean, somebody's like, "Oh, well, how often?" I mean, what is like, how often do I roll? How often do I claim? It's like, man, that's up to you.
Yeah.
How much you want to put in? That's up to you also.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't.
Somebody was telling me, what if it all crashes? Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool, man. Yeah, what if the sun goes black? Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm like, I don't talk to people like that. I'm like, bro, I don't, like, cool. Yeah, what if the nukes go off? Yeah, let's think about that. Yeah, let's spend time. Let's think about. We all die. That's what happens. If the internet goes down, if Bitcoin goes to zero, World War III is starting. That's why. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I mean, someone's like, "Well, what savings onto this?" and I lose it. I was like, "Well, first of all, I wouldn't put my life savings into this."
If everything crashes, you know what happens? There's bigger problems in the world that are going on. That's the reason it crashed. Like,
yeah. I mean, you put what you can, but you don't just put your life savings into. I don't think you should put any life savings into any one single project. You shouldn't do that. You should never do that. You know, you're just asking for trouble doing that. So, you know. Only put in what you can stand to lose and be okay, and you can still pay your mortgage. So
exactly.
I mean, blockchain's proven, guys. I mean, all the governments are starting to turn everything into blockchain. They're going to convert all their currencies to blockchain currencies. So, I mean, the technology is done. If you don't believe in the technology, like that's like, you know, that's like being around when Jesus was walking on water and not believing. It's like, okay, bro, like I don't know what to tell you. Like it's going on, it's happening. You don't believe, like, okay, that sucks for you, but the world doesn't care if you believe or not. Reality is moving forward.
Yeah. And really, I mean, if you were going to talk about the idea, like who would want to do it? It's like, hey, look, read about it first. I mean, one of the things we put out there is like, you know, join the community, ask questions, read about it. You know, you don't have to be in flow to join the community and ask questions. I mean, that's really what it's there about. I mean, we try to keep it where it's at. I mean, that's really the whole point of it. Join, ask questions, see if this is something you want to do. I mean, really, that's part of doing the stream also is to just kind of just be educational, provide information. I mean, honestly, it's you know, that's kind of, I think, say it again, how some of us started was, you know, we took money that we made, free money that we made with videos, and we moved it and we played with it that way. That way it was not actually any of the real world money that you have. And then that becomes a little bit more, and then that becomes a little bit more, and then you kind of do that. There's nothing wrong with starting out that way. I think that's still the smart play. What about it? I mean, how often do you see on the general Bankroll, the Telegram or whatever, saying read the white paper, read the white paper? Why? Because you should be familiar with it. You should read that. I mean, asking questions is good if you're unsure of certain things or you want a little bit more. But read the white paper. Read the audit. See how the audit.
If Tron gets listed on Coinbase, like you guys, we're going to Mars. Like we're going to be traveling the galaxies.
Why haven't they listed it on Coinbase?
Huh?
Why haven't they listed it on Coinbase?
What happened?
Why?
Oh, why haven't they? Man, I have no idea because it was created by a 30-year-old guy from China. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. America just ain't Chinese people.
I don't know if it's like a banking thing, like a Coinbase versus U.S. China. I honestly don't know.
But it looks like it's moving forward because there's something going on with Tron is being listed as like a Coinbase custody, and you know hopefully that opens the door to being able to list it on the regular exchange.
Yeah, because they do show it on Coinbase, don't they? It's one of their top. Was it one of their top 10 cryptos, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the future is bright for all crypto, guys. It's all going up. The rising tide's going to lift all the boats. Question is, do you want to be on the boat that goes up 10x, or do you want to be on the boat that goes up 100x? Like, do you want to be on a cool boat, or do you want to be on the damn cruiser, like naval destroyer ship that's just wrecking everything? Like, which boat do you want to be on? It's your choice. But all the water's rising. The water's rising.
Yeah.
The ice caps are melting, and the water's going up. We can't stop it.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't tell anyone to buy Bitcoin at the moment. Right now, I don't think. Just because
it's like gold. I tell like I was talking over Thanksgiving and Christmas with my wife's grandpa, and he's like 78, 80, and he's old school investor, and he's like, and he's kind of guy like he's 80 years old. I wouldn't tell him. I would manage a little bankroll fund for him, but like he's the kind of guy that just buy some Bitcoin and you'll be good for life. Just chill.
Yeah.
Put your money in Bitcoin. You're 80 years old. I guarantee that's, in my opinion, Bitcoin's the safest investment on the planet. On the planet, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a track record, right? I mean, it's been around for years, right? It's been a long.
11 years.
Huh?
It's been around for, it's about 2008, so about 12 years. But in 12 years, I believe it's the safest investment on the planet, and a lot of other people do too. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you look at things, it's like if you want to look at something, look at a track record, look at how it's done. Yeah, it's had its rough points and stuff, but it's still been able to recover. If you really want to know how things are going to go, you should have a good track record, because that lets you know that you've been, it's kind of like a relationship. You've been through the ups and downs. You've been through different things. You've been through economic crashes versus not. You've been through different governments and so forth, and different changes in rules and finances. I mean, so I think a lot of times just owning a piece of Bitcoin to start out with is the safest play from what it seems like. To be fair, I mean, I sold all my Bitcoin to Bankroll just because I really believed it. but it just went up too much, and it was like, I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah,
the thing is now, we're a little bit more advanced. We're living dangerously. We're living on the edge of the crypto world. You know what I'm saying? But like, for everybody getting in, I tell them to stay at port, just go to the safe BTC port, and just kind of hang out there and just kind of learn around the shit. You don't want to travel the seas. These are some crazy seas right now. You don't want to get too crazy. You know what I mean? But I do think that if aliens landed, they'd buy Bitcoin. If aliens landed, they'd be like, holy hell. They'd tell everybody to buy Bitcoin.
Like out of your portfolio, if you had you want to play it safe with like 50%, and then you want to go crazy with like 25% or whatever, whack in something that's a little bit crazy. But at the moment, Bitcoin, I look at the price of Bitcoin right now and I'm like, I can't buy any right now. I've got to wait for that to drop, I think.
I mean, if you wanted to buy a piece at a time, I mean, that's also, kind of the thing about farms, that even though it doesn't really, the dividends aren't so high, but if you wanted to kind of keep it all within the same ecosystem, you could kind of take a portion out, sell dividends, keep it. I mean, and do that. I mean, they might not be pumping as much right now, or whatever, but it gives you that alternate play if you want to do that. I mean, it's.
I mean, here's the thing. If all the
companies going to introduce an ETH pool to the farms, to be honest.
If all these public companies start buying Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy did, it's done. It's over. Like there's no this whole thing where it's going to crash again. It won't ever happen again. Like, you guys might have seen the last crash for a while. Like, we don't even know. That's what I'm saying. Like, so what I do tell people to buy, you should always DCA, buy Bitcoin, buy ETH, DCA, man, buy a little bit all the time.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, like in the future, it's you ever done your 401k? They have the risk strategy, for different age groups, and it's gonna be like that. Like Bitcoin, you always got to strategize and have balance it out, do diversify. You know what I mean? You take the 401k thing they put you through and apply that to crypto, with Bitcoin being like the super safe, banks, the government stocks, that kind of crap that no one really likes because it only goes up 1% a year or whatever. Like, that's Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Except for Bitcoin, 100% a year, right? It's crazy.
How much it gone up this year? Because over here it hit about, I think it's like £350 it hit, which is what, 4,000.
I think the 10-year average is 100% a year over 10 years.
Wow.
So there's your track record. So Bitcoin's good, bro. You always buy a little bit. It's like Tesla. It's like you just buy it.
It's like Tesla.
You just buy it.
I mean, that's the history of it. There you go. That's the history of the coin. And now do the next. How is it going to do later? That's how you find out. I mean, and that's solid. Honestly, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with, we can talk about this coin and how long it's doing, how well it's doing, and yeah, right now it's got a good track record. That's years, 10 years of track record. Of course, I mean, you wish you were there in the beginning of it, right? 10 years ago. Then you can say, yes, I had this. I mean, what was that? What was it? Somebody had, the first big purchase was a Domino's pizza with 11,000 Bitcoin. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that?
Crazy.
I was like, wow.
That's gonna be us with Flow. Except thanks to the locked liquidity, we can't sell it. We're gonna be like, yes, we were forced not to be able to sell, assholes. We're rich now by force. We were forced into it. Ha ha ha, suckers.
Yeah.
You see, listen, humans we need help, man. We're not computers. We're too emotional. So the blockchain and these systems help force us to do things that we need to do, like save money, a savings account where you can only withdraw 1% a day. That's a pretty good idea. It forces you to think long term.
Yeah. I mean, some people, like I've seen, in terms of like the mechanics made, it's a little bit of change of the subject for a second, but they talk about mechanics like, oh, it's important to get all these directs. And yes, directs are definitely important. But if you want to keep it scalable, just get a direct, put it right under someone else, keep building that chain. Keep building that chain, because it's like you go outside and you put a tree, because this is what kind of we're doing. We're kind of doing a tree in terms of scalability with multiple branches. But in the beginning, you put that seed, it doesn't do anything. And then you put in a bunch of weeds that are like directs, and the weeds will poof, immediately will outgrow the tree immediately. Because boom, they'll look bigger. But over time, when that tree matures, it's gonna suck up the weeds. Right? Because what do you want to be a part of? You want to be a part of a scalable team that doesn't matter what, where you can be on somewhere on the chain. And as time goes on, that tree is going to grow, and that tree is going to strengthen, and it's going to just roots and spreads and branches, where you're all in a community together, building into this thing, and you're not competing against each other, because there's no competition. It's just one big flowing organization. It's building and brewing. I mean, that's why it says like, hey, look, add this person. You put it here on the chain, just put it anywhere. Just get it, just get in.
Yeah.
There's no need.
One thing also, the blockchain and smart contracts, they force trust. Like, it takes the human emotion out. Like, once Felly is on my team, if say tomorrow I go punch Felly in the face and call him a piece of crap, he can't leave my team. He's stuck. No matter what his emotional state is, he's stuck with me, man. And so the blockchain, it's like it forces you to be stuck on a team and like a fan. Like, no matter what happens, you got to stay with them. So it's like it's kind of like a different, like, Oh wait, did we just lose crypto?
No, I think we lost him. Is this us now? What?
Yeah, man.
It's just you, man. This is it. Mano a mano. Come on.
Like blockchains, smart contracts. You're trading thousands and millions of dollars, dude, with no bank. Like, millions of dollars are just being transferred, and everyone's trusting it. Like, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's and I think it's the good thing. Oh, there you're back. You're back. I think I thought you were trying to leave us to the mano a mano. Is this it? We're gonna be mano a mano now. He's talking about this. It's like, I want to get myself out of this.
It's half 10, isn't it? It's time for the internet to cut out, like every other stream.
Yeah. Let me go get. I gotta get something. Hold on. I'm gonna write something down. I'll be back. I want to get something. Hold on.
All right, bud. Mate, that's mental. Every time at half 10, internet just cuts out.
Yeah. I think something like this, where, like, let's say we get what's his name, William Mike or whatever on the chain, Williams.
Yeah.
And then he gets all of his friends and stuff in the chain, in his chain, and like he gets built up over there, and he becomes like a team lead over there, where he's earning like $100 a day in rewards and stuff because he built up a team, and he's giving that back to his community and stuff. Like, dude, the price is gonna, you guys, prices. Who cares about price?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It really doesn't. It doesn't mean anything with this system. All we need to do is get people in and have cash flow.
I mean, this is how I like to think of community. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try. That might be too much reflection. Let me do that.
Unity.
Unity.
Yeah, community, right? Because that's what it is. It's not just community. It's it's all together in unison, right? I mean, that's kind of how I think of community, and that's really what I think about when I think of flow. And it's it's a community in unison, in unity, and then that way is how you build it, right? You go in with a singular purpose, and you all together go into with the singular purpose of what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And then sure, people can branch out and do their thing, but that way you're not just singular units. You're a singular unit within a community.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that Bankroll Village project?
No.
Have you not?
No.
What's that?
It's this girl. She set up a TRX address, and she has it in Bankroll, and you can do like deposits into it, and it all gets put into Bankroll, and then all of the divs and everything like that go to supporting a village.
Really?
Yeah, I'll see if I can quickly find it. I'll share it.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, it's kind of like a rewards wallet, right, Kyle? It's
Yep.
kind of like what we started out, where it was, you know, we were kind of sharing the divs and stuff and whatever. I mean, it was basically what we did over the last couple of days. I mean, we don't talk about it. It's like we just started. It's like, you know what, I'm doing airdrops. It's like first 5 initially it was first 5 people who say something. I'm going to open you a 50 BankRx account, and then 5 people became 7, and then all of a sudden there were the 8th one. It's like, am I too late? It's like, screw it, just join. So it's like, so it ended up being about 400 BankRx all of a sudden at the same time, and it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
And anybody can create a rewards wallet, even in our chain, like even in the pack party chains, you can create a rewards wallet on your pack party chain, put the first person under the rewards wallet and dedicate that wallet to giving back to that chain.
Yeah.
It's super, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way. I mean, it's basically the best part I like about airdrops is that 10% of that goes into stockpile. So then it feeds back. Not only that, what happens is that you feed the lower members of your chain. You feed the lower members of your chain. It strengthens the roots and stuff of the chain, and it ends up coming back up again. So it just ends up being a nice sustainable system of, if you do it right, you do that. Now, if you have a nice long enough chain, just know that you cannot, you only go down 15 levels. So basically that 16th person is like captain of that 15 level further down. So, I mean, really, you talk about being on the top of the chain, lower the chain is like anyone on the chain can potentially be the top of their own chain.
Yeah. With how do you need to track every trans, not just in and out Coinbase? I've actually gone through this tax thing and gone onto this website, which is called Recap. And what you do is you put in the exchanges that you use to buy in and out of, and you link them via your API key, and it'll actually tell you how much you owe in tax after you've broken even and what you've taken. So I'll quickly post that in that chat actually, because it's actually really good. I've got my friends all using it as well.
Yeah, good. Definitely get a tax professional. That part I'm not going to comment too much on because it keeps changing.
I got a problem with the IRS. I'm gonna keep it cordial. The IRS can go shove it up the ass.
Yeah. I mean that part I will say that's definitely beyond us. I mean, there's people like I was like, you put it in an ecosystem.
When I bought my house a couple years ago, the IRS hit me, man. They're like, you know what, bro? I see you doing stuff. You owe us a bunch of money. I was like, what? You really coming at me? And they're like, yeah, you owe money. I was like, all right, whatever. And they put me on a little bill, bro. Now you got to pay monthly. But, the IRS, man, they can shove it up your ass. I'll render to Caesar, but, he's got to tell me what I got to render his ass. It confuses me. I don't understand that shit. So, sorry, y'all made it so confusing. Screw y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's something we'll all have to figure out. I mean, when it comes to taxes, pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. Figure it out. You don't know them, hire someone who will.
Yeah.
I mean, different things have been said about, well, it's only in and out of the ecosystem, only in and out of that. Hard to say. I mean, if you haven't cashed out, I don't know. And the rules honestly keep changing, and depending what country you're coming from and stuff, it just.
Well, it's from what I've put in, and I took three grand out about 4 months ago. It still says I don't actually owe any taxes because I put in more than the 3 grand initially.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it only starts because I'm still negative from what's actually gone into my bank account. So I guess you kind of have to look at it as a self-employed status. Like you're looking at it as a second job type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if that's the case,
that part's just hard to say. Go ahead. From my end, I can't say anything about it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they do this, because like, what about all the money we've given away? If I give people money all the time, what does that mean? Does that mean anything, or am I just gifting money? Who knows?
No, it depends if they see the tokens as money, I guess. That's the other thing, because like they might see Bitcoin and Ethereum as money, but do they see Banker as money?
They can shove it up their ass. I'll be like, listen, I paid you. It's on a wallet I gave you. Good luck,
They're
asshole.
watching you right now, Cos. They're watching you. They're monitoring you. You know, he's right.
He's from Cambodia. It's fine.
I'll talk to them if they want to hit me up. They know where I live.
Oh, they know where you live. They know where your kids live. Your family lives. They know where everybody lives.
They know where.
They know how much you're paying rent. They know how much you're paying this. They know how much is that. They know that. And they can see you on Google Maps.
It would be interesting if they started accepting crypto. That's what they should do if they were smart.
Oh,
but the government's not smart. So.
I've just seen the. Oh, so this is what Justin Sun was on about the other day. He announced that alt season was coming for TRX, and then he said big things are coming for TRX. And then TRX is now on Travola.com, which I think you can buy holidays now with TRX.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that was on Clever Wallet also, right? Travel was the one that you could do with Clever. I mean, that's why I love Clever.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, what else did he put it on? Rap BT's on Tron. I don't know. It looks like he's got a few things in the pipeline coming.
It's speculation, right? Every time. I mean, it's sometimes a lot of it's speculating all the time. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's like all the coins, all the cryptos and stuff is just speculating, which is good. I mean, really, it's just what makes the difference is adoption. You get more people in it, more people join, and not just U.S. We talk about Cambodia or Vietnam or U.S., South Africa, UK. You know, Italy, Russia, whatever. You know, whatever works out to your benefit, because really it's your benefit. Whatever works out to your benefit, where you're at, where you're from, then just join that project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That William guy said he sent me a screenshot that he has added it as the buddy, and then he's put struggling to deposit. I think my data connection is exhausted.
Nice.
And I'm having connection problems.
Well, hey, after this, maybe he'll have enough to get some more data, man. This thing should provide some money for data. Like, it's crazy. This thing can pay bills.
Yeah.
Bankroll can pay bills.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah, man, the thing is, man, crypto's about to blow up. In 2017, I was in this, and when it crashed, I was still telling people to get in. I've always been telling people, but it was harder. I didn't have as much conviction, but now I'm 100% positive. Like, I'm guaranteed. I know it's like no one can know everything. No one can know the day or the hour. Like, I don't know for sure, but like, I'm seeing the signs. You know what I'm saying? I'm recognizing the signs, and it is about to blow. It's about to blow. So you just want to get in. If you don't want to go, don't go all in. But DCA, put in on the down days. Buy on the down days. Yeah, that's it. Just buy on the down days, man. But it's gonna go up. It's gonna fly, and you might. No matter what we say, it might never come to this price again, guys. Everyone's like, "Oh, we'll buy on the dip." There might not be a dip. There might not be a dip. So everyone keeps saying that, but that's not guaranteed. I'm sorry. I don't care what technical analysis you do. Mm-hmm. This is technical analysis based on psychology of the market. This is a different game. It's a different psychology. It's a different market.
I guarantee. And this is what I can say. 1 week ago, or maybe it was a week and a half ago. 1 week ago, a week and a half ago, one Bankroll was about 14.5 TRX, right? 14 or so, about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks. Right now, it's 24.3 TRX. A week before that, it was less. A week before that, it was less. So I think at one point, what was it, 4 TRX? So right now, 424 TRX, that's 600%. So I'm not going to guarantee. That's what I know from what I've seen. Doesn't mean I can predict the future. No, I'm not. But can you You know, who can afford to put in maybe $10, $20, $100, and see what the next week's looks like? Because all I know is that it seems like there's less than 1 million of the Bankroll that's been bought that's available outside of Flow. Everything has been put in Flow. I mean, I don't want to say everything, but less than 1 million available. That means is that whatever's being bought, boom, put in, boom, put in, boom, put in.
Well, Cos made a good point last week, I think it was, where he said, you know, you could put $100 into Bankroll and whack it into Flow, right? And even if it goes down, and it goes down by half, you know, you're still going to be up because you're getting 1% every day. So you're going to be up at the end of the year no matter what anyway. So
yeah, no references, no nothing. You'll still get the 1% every day.
Yeah.
I think if you rolled every day, it would have to go down by like over 75%. Like it would have to drop really, really hard. But even then, as long as you're compounding when it's dropping, like, you know, that's still, you know, it's like I don't know. It's just like it's not guaranteed, but it's one of the best things that, you know, it sounds too good to be true. Give it a shot.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, if everyone is still in Flow and they're still rolling, you know, you're just locking more and more Bankroll into that contract, which means it can't dump, surely. And you've got stockpile that's going to keep building if people are rolling into that as well, which means the floor's getting higher. Yeah. So there's only so far down it can go.
So I think if we really think about it like the Federal Reserve, like, okay, this is the Federal Reserve. How does the Federal Reserve work? You know, how are they making money? They're printing money. China's buying treasuries and getting all these. China's getting like our 1%. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're the Federal Reserve now, and you got to learn this stuff. I don't know how the Federal Reserve exactly works, but this is the kind of stuff you want to look into. You want to know how Bankroll works? How do you print money? That's what we have. We have access to the money printer, fellas. We're literally, so the Federal Reserve prints money and sends it out to like 12 banks, and then they send it out to the rest of the world. We're literally the 12 banks now. We have access directly to the Federal Reserve printing press. So however that works, however they keep that going, that's the answer.
Yeah. Well, technically, I could not have a normal bank account. I could just use crypto in the crypto.com card.
So yeah. I what CZ and Michael Saylor, that interview that we were posting a couple weeks ago, like CZ said he's 100% in crypto. He only takes cash out to like buy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm starting to understand, like, it's like the red pill matrix thing. I'm starting to understand, like, I'm starting to get pulled out of the matrix, and slowly but surely I'm understanding.
Yeah, I mean, you take out what you need, you take out what you put in what you need. It's always good to have a go bag. I think, you know, because emergencies do happen. So things are important. So it's good to be diversified and, you know, do your own research, right? I mean, and honestly, you know, I don't mind if someone has to say, hey, look, we read the contract, we read the audit, we read this, and we have a concern here. It's like, oh, you do? Okay, good. Let's discuss. You know, because that's the things, you know, those are the things like, okay, let's discuss it. And maybe someone who has a lot more wizardry in finance than I do, because I have none, it's just, you know, can really say, hey, this is how the mechanics are working, you know, because all I can see is based on evidence. This is what it was. This is what it came out with. This is how it's been doing so far. And this is what I've been seeing.
You guys got to watch that Michael Saylor video with CZ. But basically, you know, the way they printed the money, it's going to devalue, and they basically said they're going to print money at a certain rate for the next like 5 years, right? And basically all that printed money is going to devalue all cash-based assets by a certain percentage every year, no matter what anyone does. So
this is what I showed you. I showed you that graph, didn't I, where how much the US Reserve printed. It was like 13 trillion this year to cope with COVID.
So basically what everyone's saying also, though, is that everyone's also saying, in conjunction with the fact they printed all this money and it's going to devalue all the assets by however much percentages, basically we're also at the top of a stock market bull run that's lasted over 10 years. We're also at the top of a real estate market that went back up after a 10-year down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everything's also in a bubble, and everything needs to go down in price. But so like you also have the devaluation of the assets, and also the bull market needs to go down. Stocks need to go down. So like that sounds like exponential loss is what it sounds like to me. Exponential loss. Yeah. So like basically what CZ said, all of his assets are in crypto. Like you'd be smart to basically transfer most of your assets into crypto if you're really forward thinking. if you really took that red pill and got out the matrix, then you'll start to understand, like, holy shit, I don't want to have anything cash based besides what I need. That's it.
Yeah. But there's because I was looking at the amount the America printed, and then you got to think gold, oil, all of that is all USD across the whole of the world. And then you've got the Great British Pound that's fallen against the dollar as well, which means that's crashed even harder than the USD.
Massive failure of the euro.
Yeah, and we've pulled out of the euro, and they even put in the news today that that's not going to go well. So it looks like the Great British Pound's going to go down. And then the other thing you need to think about as well is that's all going to go down, but produce and stuff is going to go up because it's going to cost more. It's still going to be the same process to make a loaf of bread, and they're just going to need to charge more for it because they're going to have to. So you're going to end up paying, rather than £1.50 for a loaf of bread, and you're losing out on the devaluation of the Great British Pound and the fact that you've got to pay more now for bread. So you're losing all round.
Crypto's the only answer. Why is crypto the answer? It's because of blockchain. Why is blockchain the answer? Because of what we said earlier. Basically, basically what we figured out, fella, you're a psychologist. After thousands and thousands of years of written history, we've basically figured out that humans and emotions, we're basically emotionally retarded. And basically, we can't actually do what we say unless it's forced upon us. And smart contracts force us to do what we say. And so we can't print more money than what we say we can print. We can't do anything more. There's only a certain limit on things. We have to make the trade if the trade says trade. Like, all these things have to happen because of smart contracts, and that's because humans need that shit. We just can't handle shit. We can't handle power. We can't handle, like, being able to do whatever we want because we're just kind of like just not smart.
Yeah.
Like, we have the potential to be smart, but we just emotions, man. Emotions really.
I mean, look, there's one, I always say there's emotional and cognition. The more emotional you are, cognition goes down. It's almost like inversely proportional. You want to make the best decision, you should be almost emotionally stunted to make the best cognitive decision, right? Because a lot of times it's like, look, if this is a great idea, and you're just all pumped about it, sleep on it the next day and see how you feel about it. Because there's nothing worse than making an emotional impulse decision. And then next thing you're like, oh my God, what did I do?
This is why you want to invest in blockchain, because if it's not blockchain, that means it's tied to human emotion and greed, and that's a bad investment.
Yeah. I mean, and look, whatever project you get into, the one thing is that it should be viewable. Don't go into a private chain, not contract. That's how they do the exit scams. I mean, there's too many people that have been exit scam. I mean, it's like the same thing. It should be viewable. It should be audited. It should be able to see these things. If you can see these things, if you don't know anything about contracts, you should be able to see it. So you should be able to view it.
Well, Cost did a really good thing last week where he was talking us about the fact that all the Bankroll contracts, they're verified, and they've, and he was walking us through, and you can see what people are doing. You can see where it's going, and you can see that it's not going to be a rug pull. And I personally think Bankroll is pretty safe because I think BT's put way too much time and money into setting it up.
Well, and he's a developer. I mean, you're right. The whole point of doing something is if you ever want to trust someone, you want to see how their project does, right? How would you ever trust someone who dumps their own project? No. No. Right? Now, there might be certain parts of the project that function better within the other, but as long as it overall does better, then that's fine. Because that just means you're able to see what working parts within the project work and which one maybe need a little bit of tuning. And it's like, okay, well, this one, so maybe, so that's kind of what we talked about. Maybe Banker needs a little fine tuning, so I'm just going to hold this in the background because I still believe in it. But right now, BankerX is really what's pumping lately, and it's a new thing, and it's ongoing, and its overall ecosystem seems to be more in tune with what I want to do and this is kind of what I wanted to do, and so forth and so on. And so maybe that's kind of how it is. And that's why I say you should be adaptable in that sense, that certain parts of what you're building will sometimes not work or not work as well right now, or it's still in development. And I mean, even the finest running car, you got two cars, you got a Toyota Corolla and a Jaguar. Which car can go faster and function at a higher level? The Jaguar, right? Which car needs more fine tuning, more expensive fine tuning, constant calibration for it to work at the level it needs to work? Jaguar, right? So and it doesn't make it that it means it's not a good car. No, it's a good car. It's just you have to have constant calibration. The person is the same way, the chain is the way. Constant calibration. You want to function at the highest level, then you need to be constantly calibrated to work at the highest level.
Yeah, I mean, we can show accounts, you know what I mean? Like Bankroll we kind of put our money where our mouth is. Risky or not, I grew up in the DeFi world where people are getting rug pulled around every corner. People are losing money everywhere. I have $60,000 invested in Flow, dude. 60 grand. Like, dude, you tell me, are we scared or not? We're not scared, bro. Get in this shit.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go beyond besides put your money in your mouth. I'm gonna put your money where your intentions are. Because that's really what it is. You put your money, put your crypto, put your Bankroll, put your X, what your intentions are. If that's what you intend, put it in there. If you don't intend to do that, don't put it in. Because I think we all right. Because it's kind of like emotion. It's like the intentions are the blockchain. Our mouth is our emotional side.
Yeah, I mean, Bankroll basically it's create your own destiny. If you want to win, but either way, you're gonna win with Bankroll. If you want to win a little bit, put in a little. If you want to win a lot, you better put in a lot. It's basically that's it.
Yeah.
To go big or go
do your own research.
Cool. Nothing wrong with little guys. We started this based on the minnows, but then we also created the baller chain. And like the thing is, it's fun to ball, man. It's fun to go big. We enjoy this shit. It's clear that everyone likes going big. Pack parties is a hit.
Yeah. I mean, and look, and without even saying too much, is like, oh, this is a bunch of guys just doing their thing. It's like, hey, we got our wives into this. We got wives, brothers, kids, parents. This is not a, you know, I mean, my
1-year-old son on this. I put it to my babies. I'm just kidding.
I got one of my best friends in it today. I set him up, sent him some TRX, sent him some Flow.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't really understand it. I was like, don't worry, I'm just gonna set you up quickly. You'll fit me later.
I mean, I got my compadre into this. Compadre is because I'm godfather to his kids, and then Zeno's godfather to their kids. So we were all, and you know, they're asking questions, and it's like, oh, what are you trying to sell me? It's like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you know, because every once in a while I hear someone tell me, it's like, man, you should have told me. I would have put in some money in that. It's like, well, look, I am telling you that this is the play that I am doing. I'm not recommending it, but I'm telling you, I'm just being very transparent. This is what I am doing. And if you would like to do something similar, this is how to do it. So
our track record, Kelly, every single person that's put money in our shit has made money. That's our track record, 100%. No trades. You don't got to trade a damn thing. You just put money in and you're guaranteed to make money. Like, get out of here. Screw. Well, okay, come on, Forex guy. I keep getting hit up by these Forex guys. I swear to God, guys, I've turned about 4 or 5 Forex guys. And they're like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna hit you up. I need to figure out what this is.
I mean, you want to strut out like a wrestler, you know, like, woo, you know, Ric Flair style. You know?
But we're putting our relationships on the line. We're telling our friends and family to put money in. Like, damn, I barely tell my friends and family about, you know, church service. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, we're going in. This is for real.
Yeah. I mean, and I mean, and the other thing, I'll say this because it can be sometimes where you go into a project full on and you go all the way and it can kind of can affect the harmony and stuff at home. It's like, it's also important to maintain your home life really well. I mean, sometimes in the Discord, you know, someone will be more active and sometimes we'll kind of take turns and like that. But because it's important, maintain your home life. I mean, we all do this because we like it, we love it. We put our family into it because we believe in it. And at the same time, there's times that it's okay to kind of take a step back and take care of things. And we all know this. We all know this. That some of us will take a step back and be more passively in the project, and that's okay. We understand that part.
You get it. It's like you get an itchy trigger finger though. You're like, oh, I've got to log in on Raw.
Here's what's cool about the Discord is that it's kind of self-sustaining. It's kind of like we made it in a way where anybody can come on the team and start promoting their chain. Anybody can use it to build and promote. They can use it as their own little personal office and come in like, you know, Wolf of Wall Street style and hop on the phone and start selling. Like, go for it. I mean, obviously, if you're not in one of our chains, we're gonna get you on a chain, and you know that's the cool thing. That's the one thing. It works for the Discord is for the whole chain, and so you know, I'm bringing a lot of people into the Discord, and you know, most of the time whoever I bring in, I just say, yo, is there any chains open, and give them out to the team. Like, I only got my 16, 15 directs. I'm not taking all the new people. So like, if you join the Discord, if you join the group, you're gonna get directs. You're gonna get refs if you put in the effort. If you get involved, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I can second that because you joined the chain that I was in, didn't you? And then you're sending people my way as well. So
Yeah, I mean, like crypto. Since you got involved, since you started getting involved, like stuff's coming your way. Like that's just how it works.
yeah,
I think Kelly's talked about like when people get put in the effort, they're gonna get rewarded.
I mean, and we put our look. That's how many directs I have, right? And that's my total. I have 15. I don't have any more than that. I have 605 indirects. So that just kind of shows you, is like people think it's like, oh, that's what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we're not just talking about it. We're just saying, I've got my 15 directs. Everyone else can go underneath.
I think one of the most badass things I did was in the beginning, we created the main chain. And at the end, we did the big baller chain. And I put 15,000 TRX on the bottom of that baby. Smacked right on the end.
I mean, I honestly, it's like anyone could show up. I mean, I see that number as like directs. Yeah, hey, look, having 100 directs, 200 directs, 300 directs, impressive. But I want to see the total.
But everyone on our chain can just know that money is going to slowly drip up. It's like I'm getting reports from people on the bottom of the chain who are getting hundreds of dollars a day in rewards. I'm like, wait, you're getting $100 a day in the bottom of the chain? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, but I'm at the top. They're like, yeah. I'm like, holy.
I mean, I'm just looking at it. I have 605 total.
Dude, I have someone, Belly. I have someone about 15 people from the bottom. He's 15 wallets from the bottom. He's making $100 a day in rewards. He got in at the end. He was so worried. I was like, ooh, you're at the end. Because of that baller chain, he's getting so much in rewards at the very bottom.
Just goes to show you. It just goes to show you how things are.
it's crazy.
Yeah. How about you? How's it going with your chain, Crypto Buddy? You're making out. You're doing as well as you thought you were. Or are you still kind of?
Well, I started off because I look after about 9 people's accounts, like in total, and like there are people that have put like a couple of grand in and stuff like that, and $500 and all this type of stuff. But one sec, let me just go on to mine now. I started off with $600 in flow, and it's now worth $3,050.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going all right. I've only got 12 in the line, and I've only got 3 directs, but I'm still making $50 a day, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't zero it out because
that's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous money.
Yeah,
like what I say is like it's kind of I can't believe in too many coincidences. And so when we live in a time when people are literally losing their jobs and don't know how to feed themselves and can't even work because there's no jobs, and yet here we are, $600 investment is now earning $50 a day. Like I don't know about you guys, but that's like taking one loaf of bread and feeding 5,000 people with it. It's like what the hell just happened there? Yeah. How is it possible? But it's happening. Who gives a shit? Just put some money in. Damn, did you go to the casino last year in your life? Put money in then. Because did you ever play poker? Put money in. Did you ever go to the club on a weekend? You better put money in then. Like, did you ever waste money at all? Then you should put some money into this. Waste some money on Bankroll. Please waste money on Bankroll. Please.
I mean,
like the amount that I've drunk.
Please waste your money on Bankroll and then watch your wastedness earn you money. Just please do it.
I mean, in the last 2 hours, just kind of looking in the last 2 hours, someone must have joined, someone big must have joined or rolled or whatever, because in the last 2 hours, I've made 45 Bankroll in the last 2 hours. Generated.
In rewards?
In rewards. It's right there, just sitting there. I'm looking at it. I wish I would have zeroed it out like last time, but that's more than last time. That's to me, that's enough evidence. When
I think what did we do Sunday? Sunday we gave out about 450 Bankroll we did it using airdrop.
Nice.
So that's gonna happen every Sunday. So like we figured out we got to go down the chain a little bit, but basically if you're on one of the chains, if you join a side chain, you're gonna be in those airdrop calculations and calculate side chains. So like you want to get in one of our side chains, number one, because like Crypto Buddy, your personal chain is cool. But are you giving out, $200 every Sunday to your personal chain? Because if not, you want to get in our chain. You know what I'm saying? That's where the benefit is.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to build up that chain a little bit, but I'm trying to build up what's his name? NRD? Is it NRD?
Oh yeah.
NDR.
NDR.
Yeah, I'm trying to build up his chain at the moment because I've got my 2 positions in that. So I'm focusing on doing that at the moment, and then I'm probably going to start focusing on mine again.
And NDR is in our chain.
Yeah, exactly. It all goes around.
That's what being part of the community is. It's all together. I mean, really, we talked about melting down of different fiat, US, Euro. I mean, it's all interconnected. It's nothing is in isolation. The more you try to do things in isolation, it doesn't feed. It doesn't interconnect. It doesn't feed. So so you just got to do what you can.
Exactly. But yeah, like what you were just saying, that 45 that you just had put into your account, that's like what, $30 you just made instantly or something?
Unrealized, yes, unrealized gains. There's always a difference between realized gains and unrealized gains, and that's important to because I was like, oh, but did you really make that money? Did you really make it? It's like, it's unrealized gains, but that's still pretty good. I like that number. It's a nice number to see.
Coinbase just announced delisting XRP in January.
I hate XRP.
Wow.
Good. XRP is done.
It's a dip.
But listen, everyone said XRP was centralized. Everyone said XRP was owned by this. It was all bullshit. And everybody was like, who cares? Amazon's going to use it. And I'm like, you guys are retarded. Like, bro, you don't invest in the bullshit. The whole point of crypto is no more bullshit. Like, so if you're investing in a thing that's trying to be bullshit, you probably shouldn't touch that shit.
Sorry for that.
Don't invest in bullshit. Don't touch that shit. It's all about the shit, okay?
But still, that's huge. I mean, that was what, the 3rd largest current cryptocurrency?
Man, assholes. Now all that money's going to come to us if they can get it out in time.
Ooh, well, I don't know. How what's the market cap on XRP?
I don't know what it is now.
5 million or more at least.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's see. Now I'll say this has always been fun, but this is always the point when I got to start jumping off. The whole Harmony thing. I've got kids. I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
On vacation / unemployment feels great. But now it's the homies, the people at home are saying, hey, what was the whole thing about taking us to the park and doing all this stuff and stuff? It's like, you know what? You are absolutely right.
Yeah, no, I've got to get off as well. Like, it's 11 o'clock here now.
I know.
$11 trillion that could flow.
Oh no, XRP is going down. It's done.
Oh, is it 11 trillion? Still?
11 billion. 11 billion.
11 billion.
Billion.
11 trillion. What am I on about? But you can tell it's 11 o'clock.
It's literally going down as we look at it. It's literally going down.
Oh wow. That's thumping. Wow.
That's huge. It's a dip. It's a dip. I don't know. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, one of my buddies hit me up. He's like, "Hey, I saw the SEC is suing XRP. Should I buy more?" I was like, "Bro, if you still believe in it after the SEC is suing them, go for it, dog. Yeah, you should. You should buy more. Like, you really should."
No recommendations. No recommendations. No. I don't recommend anything.
I told him, bro, if you believe in it that much, yeah, go buy some more, buddy. And I sent him on. I sent him on his way, man. Get the hell out of here. I'm just kidding. I got his ass in Bankroll. He's in Bankroll. He's good to go, bro.
He's all right now then.
So,
dude, he didn't ask me that though. He's like, the SEC is suing them. Should I keep buying it? No. I think you can find a coin that's not being sued by the SEC, buddy.
The coin with best track record period is Bitcoin. And we could just leave it at that.
Yeah. So before we go, whilst we're all here, should we do another one after New Year's? Should we go for after New Year's and we'll do another little giveaway or something, and then
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. I mean, and see if there's other people who want to change the time, we can do that. But
yeah. Well, we can chat around it, can't we? And then should we do? Yeah. We'll go for one after New Year's or something. Get New Year's out of the way, and maybe go for like Friday or something, or when someone else is free.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hey,
all right. I'll try and put some Bankroll aside and whatever as well, giveaway, and then we'll try and do like a 50 or 100 Bankroll giveaway. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, welcome to the new year, Bankroll.
You know, it used to be a point when 100 Bankroll is like, oh yeah, $20, 20, and now it's going to go to 8. It's 4 or 5. It's like, whoa, that's
yeah, man. Let's see, what do I got? We got some neck bank. Spin the wheel, bro. We got at least 35 Bankroll sitting here.
Yeah.
We can throw away.
spin the wheel.
Should we go for 100? We'll go for 100 Bankroll. We'll give it away in January. Start of January. Kick off someone's year.
100 in January. Let's do 35 right now. Oh shit, your Felly's right. Holy cow! I just got a bunch of rewards. I didn't even realize, Felly. Something happened. So the rewards wall is good, bro. Let's do a 40 Bankroll giveaway.
Oh, right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now. Oh, do you want to post it in the Discord? Just go. We're going to do it right now. They got to come in.
Yeah.
Or
all right.
You already got your wheel.
You guys do the wheel. I'm gonna let you guys be. Okay. I gotta head out.
Okay.
Come on, buddy.
All right.
See you later, JP.
Definitely. We'll stay in contact. Okay.
Later.
Later, bud. Right.
Y'all have a good one.
I have the wheel. Boom. Ta-da! Right. Should I take all these people out? You still there, bub?
Yeah, I mean, hey, whoever's there, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Just anybody.
What's that? We'll put in the Discord. See if we can get some people to whack their names in quick. So how much you giving away?
40?
Yeah.
What's that? Like 20 bucks?
Say in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter to me, man. So yeah. we got 40 Bankroll. You send me an address whenever, whoever the wheel lands on, or whoever you decide, and
Cool.
we'll send it out.
Okay, cool. We'll say they put their name. Cool. There you go. All they got to do is put their name in the chat. 40 Bankroll. I'll whack it in the Telegram as well. There we go. Wow, Telegram is... Mate, I haven't been on Telegram for so long.
Yeah, that's crazy. XRP is finished.
Mate, I've just looked at that. It's dropping so
I
long.
mean, maybe it might even survive, but I don't know. Wow, it just pumps back up. What the hell?
Oh, has everyone bought the dip?
I don't know what's going on, but dude, I'm not touching that trash. I don't even care if it goes up 1,000,000%. Screw XRP.
Oh, you say it pumped back up, but it only went
Yeah, it's
0.01. Wait, mate, that is mental though.
my Cardano's pumping. That's what I got. I got my Cardano going good. My ETH is moving. What else we got? Let's see what
I'll
else.
tell you what. I made on my Hex, mate. I made about thousand, just over on Hex in the last couple of days.
What?
Yeah.
I never even messed with Hex, man. I never touched it.
Look at the Hex. To be fair, Hex works really similar to Flow.
Right.
Like it locks away the liquidity and then it remints the tokens when you unstake at the end.
Damn, Hex is pumping.
Yeah, man. It is shot. Yeah, it's at 0.0086 now.
Yeah, Hex looks pretty. It's a certificate of deposit, right? On ETH.
Yeah, that's the only problem. It's on ETH.
So how much does it cost to roll?
You don't roll it. You just stake it, and what happens is the amount of T shares that you have determines how much Hex you get paid each day for having it staked. So I think you get about 6 Hex a day for every 1 T share. I think that's how it works.
Mm.
But then as Hex gets more expensive, to buy 1 T share gets more expensive as well.
Hmm.
So that's kind of how, that's just me going really basic on it. I call Williams, right? He wants to be put in.
Look at the volume. It definitely looks like it's about to freaking just pump.
What hex?
Yeah, it just looks like the volume is going crazy right now.
Yeah, man. Right, Williams, bro. Right, we'll put him in. Okay, right. 2 more minutes, and then we'll spin this wheel. We'll send it to him.
My Aave is going up. Everything's going up, man.
Yeah, man.
Somehow Ethereum Classic is still going up. I mean, even though it's 51% hacked every other week, but okay. Come on, Graph. The Graph can't do better than that. Let's go. What else we got?
Tell you what is it'll be interesting when Litecoin and everyone start moving up into the XRP. XRP's already been taken over by Tether. That must have happened like the last couple of weeks, surely.
I can't believe people are still going to hold XRP. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. They've got a, I don't know. that is absolutely crazy. Right, cool. So we got. Let's get these guys in there. So we've got Adrian Backer, Chiller, Jason, Antonio, that guy in this.
So 40bnkrx. Let's see, how much is that worth? 40bnkrx on swap is worth. It's worth. Let's see, 69. It's worth about what? $40 times 0.7. That's $28. That's decent. That's a decent little
Yeah.
deal.
Right. Add my buddy Poco. He's got a flow account. Okay, cool. We'll whack him in.
$30, man. Hey, that's a good little night. I could do a lot with $30 in one night.
That's a couple of rounds at a bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool. Anyone else? This is last. You've got like 1 minute left, and then I'm gonna roll this bad boy. My little
roll it.
Look at it. Look at that little Bankroll token in the middle.
Love it.
Cool. 3, 2, 1. Cool. It's closed. Let's do it. Sweet. Roll in. Who we got? Oh. Just Antonio. Nice.
Nice.
He's in the chat as well, I think. I saw him in chat, yeah.
One of the last guys to get in too. He just snuck right in there and took that little X from everybody. Nice.
Do you want to Antonio, do you want to send your
drop your address, man, or send it to me in DM or whatever.
Cool, man. Wonder if he's
Anyways, cool. Yeah, tell him just send it to me or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, you can drop it in chat, can't it? And then we'll
Yeah, he can drop it in chat. It doesn't matter. No one cares.
It's all good. Cool. Right. Well, we'll sort something out for next week, I guess, or after New Year's, and then he's dropped his address in the chat, mate.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, hit me up, man. No biggie. So. We'll figure it out. Yeah, just let me know whatever day you want to do.
Yeah, I will sort it right out, and then I just trying to get all this guy's address for you.
I got it. Is it the one he dropped?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I'm gonna send it right here. 40.
Well, that's coming over to him. Nice. Yeah, we'll sort this out next week, and we'll try and go for like 50 or 100 Bankroll or something. We'll see how much the Bankroll price is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll hopefully, we'll keep it a good amount. So.
Yeah, it could be $1 next week.
So yeah, man, that's crazy. That's nuts. So, anyways, man, yeah, have a good week, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, you too, bud. Have a good New Year. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.